Hi, I'm Jimmy Fasig. I'm a lawyer at Fasig Brooks Law Offices, and I'm going a little bit off topic because I'm doing a little series on the power of love. And in this particular segment, I want to talk about the power of forgiveness. Now, for me, forgiveness is something that we do for ourselves. It's not something that we do for other people. And the way that I learned that the power of forgiveness is something that really benefits us is through a story that is going to be a little bit out there, but I'm going to share it with you just like it was. That is, so at one time in my life when I was a young lawyer, I was having some pretty serious financial challenges. I had made more money than I had ever made, but I forgot to set aside money every quarter for the IRS. And that landed me in a little bit of a problem financially, or a big problem financially. So it was a big challenge for me. And I was really stressed out over it. My wife and I talked about it. And one day we said, you know what, no matter what happens, as long as we're together as a family, we're going to be fine. I remember telling her, look, if I have to wash cars, if we have to live in a cardboard box, we're going to be just fine. And we kind of hugged and we cried and we said, okay, this is fine. Well, that very night, after we had that talk and we kind of released all the stress about the financial situation, I had a dream. And in the dream, somebody from my childhood came to me and basically convinced me that I need to let go of all the pain and all the anger and all the resentment that I held for anybody who had ever done me wrong. And that I also needed to let it go for anybody that had ever done anybody wrong. And that finally, I need to release all of that anger and resentment toward myself for any of the wrong that I'd ever done. And so fascinatingly, I woke up from that dream crying like a baby because I felt the truth of it, and woke my wife up, and she sat with me for about an hour, and I just cried, and we talked about it, and it was a very releasing moment for me. Well, that very night, I started getting these horrible headaches. I'm talking about horrible headaches that were like cutting lasers into my brain. I ended up going to the emergency room twice for these headaches. It was one of the worst types of pains I've ever suffered. And finally, this started on a Friday. On Sunday, I told my wife, I locked the door, I said, listen, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to power through this thing. And so the next thing you know, I'm meditating, and I had a vision of myself literally releasing all this dark energy that I'd been holding inside of me, and this dark energy literally coming up out of my head. And when the vision was over, I heard a voice in my head. Don't think I'm crazy, but I did hear a voice in my head that said, congratulations, you just released all of your self-defeating programs. Well, I know that's weird, but eyes opened up, I sat up in bed, and I swear this happened. My headaches were gone. But not only were my headaches gone, I felt like I was on ecstasy. I felt like I was walking on a cloud. And that stayed with me for the next 2 days. And the best part about it was that very week, and you can check my business records for this, that very week I made, my law partners settled 2 big cases, and I made $600,000 in personal income. And that completely eliminated my financial issues. That was several years ago, and I haven't had a financial problem since. In fact, my income has continued to increase. So the important point to this is that this came on the heels, all of this change for me came on the heels of me releasing all the dark energy, all the pain, anger, resentment that I had felt for anybody ever in my life. And the important message that I got from my subconscious was that it was the release of these self-defeating programs. So the pain and the anger and the resentment are all self-defeating programs that hold us back. And so that was a huge lesson that I had learned, and I wanted to share with you. Now, I very much appreciate you listening. I hope this video helps somebody understand more why the power of forgiveness is important for the people who are doing the forgiving. It's not necessarily important for the people who are being forgiven. Thank you.